Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Khushbu.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How about you?
Very good, ma'am. Especially knowing today's topic, super good. I'm so happy and so excited for today's topic.
What is the topic?
How to build your emotional intelligence.
Brilliant, lovely topic. Very, very close to my heart as well. Before even we talk about how to build emotional intelligence, let us try understanding what is emotional intelligence. Well, emotional intelligence is EQ, the emotional quotient. As IQ, the intelligence quotient we all are aware about, that talks about our cognitive excellence. But what is EQ? And is it really needed? And do we really learn it? Some of us have more of it, some of us are very, very low in it. Actually, I think emotional quotient is a very important concept and it should be taught in the schools itself, because at schools there's so many things important. You should be good in your grades, you should be good in sports, you should be good in extracurricular activities, you must learn another language, and so forth. The list is endless. But do we often worry about what is our emotional intelligence? Is the child learning emotional intelligence? I've often seen people don't really know how to deal with their emotions. Forget about women, even men are socio-culturally taught to hide their emotions. So a man is supposed to be super strong if he does not cry, if he does not show any weak emotion. But let me tell you, Daniel Goleman is a person who's done a lot of work in the field of emotions. There are some basic emotions which we all experience, but some of us are very good at masking our emotions. But come on, masking your emotions will not help you. Rather, it will make your subconscious so heavy that you will burst, erupt like a volcano. And that's not very advisable. And I've seen some of the men doing that. Well, even women, they will cry and you go through a sad experience. Tears are rolling down your eyes and you just try to hide it. You go to a corner, you go to a restroom, you clean your tears, you come out. You don't want people to see that you're crying. Is that really good? And why does it happen? A lot of children don't even understand the importance of emotional intelligence. Forget about children. I would hear a question, how many parents really know what is the importance of emotional quotient? See, if you're very intelligent, you may find a brilliant job anywhere, but you will not be able to sustain a job if your EQ is not high. So whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're Italian or German, whether you're Indian or Pakistani, you must cultivate your emotional intelligence. The question is, how do we do it? It is just like a skill. Well, you learn to do the art, you learn to draw, you learn to do many things, ride a bike, ride a car. Well, the point here is how to drive a car. How did you learn it? The fact remains that as you learned all this, because all these are the skills, emotional intelligence is also a skill to be learned. How do we learn that? So there are 6 very important steps to emotional intelligence. First step is acknowledge your emotions. Well, socioculturally we are told not to acknowledge the emotions, not to cry in public, hide your tears, stay away from the emotional bust outs. Not a good suggestion. Very important that you acknowledge your emotions. So the moment you know your emotions, the second step is that you must learn to, analyze your emotions. Why it is happening so? Why are you feeling low? There's nothing wrong in expressing your emotions. But if you're not taught socioculturally, if you do not have a right model at home, maybe your parents even don't know how to express their emotions, you say, well, nobody appreciates me, neither my friends in school, nor my teacher. It's all right to express that. No need to hide it, because when you start hiding it, then they become more intense and we don't want any volcanic eruption. So it's better acknowledge. Once you acknowledge it and then you analyze it, after analyzing, accept it. Whatever your emotions are, you accept it and appreciate it. That at least you're blessed by the God that you're able to acknowledge your emotions, you're able to analyze your emotions, and then accept and appreciate your emotions. But the journey does not finish there. Even you do that, you need to reflect on your emotions. And that is like management of your emotions. So sit down and write in your diary. Researchers have proven that if you write down your emotions, you're actually managing your emotions very, very well. So write it down. What happened? Why did you feel so low? Why did you feel so sad? Somebody just said something and it pinches in your heart down deep, and tears start rolling your eyes because you just could not take that statement. It may be that person's opinion about you, may not be your opinion, but then why does it hurt you so down deep? Because when somebody says something contrast to what you believe in, it gives you immense pain. But there is nothing wrong to go to a restroom and let your tears roll down. Don't snub them, don't hide them, because they then become very bad for you and they become cancerous. Now, the point is, when you reflect about your emotions and you write them down, or maybe you use the modern technology and record them down, in your voice version or whatever, keep listening to it again. Why do you think it happened? When you listen to it again, you reflect on it. Reflections are very, very important in life. And after reflection, deal with your emotions. And then your heart is the best person to tell you how should you deal with it. Talk it out, walk it out, work it out, meditate on it. Sports, go and play a sport. But let it fade away from your system. Forget about that. Once you're thorough with your emotions, acknowledge the emotions of others and support them in developing their emotions, guide them in it. Well, in Goldman, in his book, has very clearly written that emotions are different. Let's understand it with an example. Nowadays, COVID-19 everywhere, people are losing job day by day. So this gentleman who lost a job in the middle of night at around 10, he received a call from his office. Well, no need to come on work tomorrow because we don't think we can afford to have you any longer on board. He is devastated, emotional breakdown, very upset about it. What should I do? Well, let me share it out with my friend. He calls at the night one of his friends. Boss, I'm very upset, I thought you are my good friend. I should share it out with you. I've lost my job. From tomorrow, they said, you don't need to come to the work. So I worked for this company for 5 long years. What do I do? What does the friend say? Well, this had to happen to you. First thing, the company you were working on was such a shady company. It was just one private organization. And I think you were also not very sincere towards your job. So it's all right. You have to accept it with a pinch of salt. Antipathy. Very, very low level of emotional quotient on the part of a friend. He just did not bother for the emotional state of a person who was making a call. Well, let's take another example. He called another friend and he says, boss, I got this news. I lost my job. I'm really sad. I'm so upset because believe it, I gave my heart and soul to the company. How can they just overnight sack me? I'm just not able to digest the fact. The friend says, I understand. I think you're sad, but what is the time now? It's already 10:30 midnight. I think you sleep on it, yeah. Let's discuss it tomorrow. Apathy. Zero level of emotional quotient in the friend. He's just not bothered. The time is so important. Sometimes the clock should stop when somebody thinks that you are that person in whom that person wants to confide in. So you are chosen, but you do not stand by the trust of the person. Third example, he calls another friend, midnight. I'm so devastated, I'm so upset, I'm so sad I lost my job. They just called me and said, no need to come for a job from tomorrow itself. What would I do? My God, my family, my children, my XYZ. And this person said, oh, I feel so sorry for you. It is sad, I know. It is very sad that you lost your job. But anyways, I think you need to accept it. Now, when this happens, what should we be doing it? I think this is called sympathy. Very low level of emotional indulgence. What should we be doing then? The next and the last level is that the person calls up another friend and that person said, oh my goodness, really? You lost your job? Great God. I can tell you that even I had no job couple of weeks back and I was going through immense pain. I can understand your pain. I can experience your pain. But I really would tell you that this is really sad. But don't you worry, you are a very talented person. And I'm sure you will find another job. I'm there for you, yaar. You're very qualified. They don't deserve you. Don't you worry about it. This is called empathy. But the journey doesn't finish at empathy. Empathy, if not followed by action, no point. So if you add action to it, and if the friend said, don't you worry about it, well, I will drive down. Where are you right now? I'm coming to you. Let's go for a long walk, long drive. Let's talk it out. Let's go and enjoy a cup of coffee or maybe an ice cream, bite, whatever he likes. Let's talk it out. I'm sure you will feel lighter. You'll feel better. That is an action. And empathy plus action is compassion. And that is what is the need of our friends. We not only need to understand our emotions, but in this hour of need, we should be compassionate with the emotions of our friends, our family, our relatives, the people we know, our acquaintances. And not only that, step out, go to a bigger circle. Even the people you don't know, provide them with the comfort zone. Now COVID-19, corona positive patients, pick up a phone and call me. I don't know who they are, but I'm a psychologist. I know the science of mind. I can put them into a comfort zone. What do I do doing that? The biggest kick ever in my life, the biggest satisfaction in your life, when you're compassionate for the strangers, you enjoy it a bit more than anything else. And that shows that you have high EQ. Who you are doesn't really matter. How much money you have. You may be a billionaire, but if your EQ is not at place, you cannot fight the pressures of your life. The life may go right or wrong around you. The people with high emotional quotient can deal with their emotions. Nowadays, we're listening to the stories, popular film star committed suicide, a billionaire committed suicide. If you have high emotional quotient, you know how to deal with your emotions. And that is what needed. And that is why I say mental health is not a destination. It is a journey. Keep working on your emotional intelligence. IQ is just 20%. That can just get you a great job. But EQ will let you sustain that good job. I wish you, all my viewers, a happy emotional quotient development. Now you know the steps to develop it. Use it, all your potentials before you lose it. So be high IQ as well as high EQ. All the best to you all. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. We have a question by Mr. Abid. How can emotional intelligence be improved in the workplace?
Beautiful question, Mr. Abid. Emotional intelligence is not only improved at a workplace or at home. Emotional intelligence is a concept within. It is your personal concept. And if you are strong You use it at a workplace. If you're weak, whether it is your personal relations, emotional quotient high means that you know how to deal with your day-to-day life situations. Then you would be good at place of work. You know, the big organizations and the big companies now, I was working very closely with the CEO of a bank, and I was suggesting him, don't look for the high grades alone. That will not prove a man to be successful. If you choose the people with high emotional quotient, they will bring you great business. In any business, at any place of work, if people have high IQ and high EQ, they are the ones who are successful because they connect with the emotions of others. They relate to the emotions of others. And that is why others only like to work with people who connect to them. So if somebody understands you emotionally, support you in your low time of emotion, that person you connect to at a down deeper level. And that is why you enjoy doing business or work with them. So you need to be very, very considerate and compassionate about the emotions of people at work as well. So build your emotional resilience. Be a strong person. Be a happier human being. Researchers have shown that if you are strong in EQ, you're more happy in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope he implies this in his workplace and gets good results. We have one more question. What is emotionally intelligent leadership?
See, the leaders, if leaders are emotionally intelligent, if leaders have high EQ, the whole organization will have amazing results because they then build the emotional resilience in their team. They make them more confident. It is PIP is a principle. Praise in public, punish in private. And that has a lot to do with emotional resilience. So once you know the person in your life at your place of work is not able to deal with his emotions, you must take care of him and let him go through all these 6 steps. First step, acknowledge your emotions. Second step, accept your emotions, analyze your emotions. Second, analyze. Third, accept, appreciate. Fourth step, come on, let's discuss what was the fourth step. Reflect on your emotions. Fifth, once you reflect on your emotion, handle your emotions. And sixth, help others to handle their emotions. Use these 6 steps, enjoy it. So be not only be empathetic to people around, but even help them out by being compassionate about them. And then life is going to be fun everywhere. Be it a place of work or be at home, you will have powerful relationship. Wish you all amazing relationships.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I know we are over the time, but can we have one last quick question?
Sure, please.
What is quick remedy when emotions go very high at any time?
Very good question. People who do not have high emotional quotient, they really overreact to the situations. Sometimes when you overreact, you regret later. And then you go really, and you know why does it happen? It only happens because you don't even accept your emotions. And you think, well, he behaved like this with me. I had to go neurotic. I had to, behave. I was mad at him. You get mad at someone means your emotional quotient is very, very low. Alarm. Do something about it. Don't ignore it. And I think the best and the easiest is start to meditate. When you start to meditate, start to accept your emotions. Accept your emotion, look with it, analyze your emotions. What are the things when you lose your temper? You need to understand that, write it down. When you write it down, you analyze it better. And then accept it. Accept your mistake. Don't try to put the blame onto others. Often parents will do that. They will beat a child, overreact, give a physical punishment, and then later tell, oh beta, you really trigger me off. Why don't you mind how to behave? What is this? You are putting it onto your teenager. You don't know how to manage your emotion, accept it. Because once you accept it, then only you will improve it. You must improve, and you will improve by reflecting on it. When you do the reflection, then you start. Next step, that is handling your emotions. Walk it out, work it out, talk it out, breathe it out, meditate it out, whatever way. You know it the best. But you need to be more relaxed, more chill. Accept your family. If you're a very angry man, nobody likes you. People may be your yes men on your face, but let me tell you, if you say bad words to people suddenly, and even if you regret at heart later on, you are a loser. And you're losing on to your very precious relationships. Don't do that. Learn to deal with your emotions. The day you will learn to deal with it, I'm sure you will enjoy lovely relationships around you. I wish you all wonderful time. Use your 6 steps. Start to work on it. Stay connected with EduScan Facebook channel every other day. Sorry. Not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow. So we will meet Thursday once again at 5 o'clock to talk about one more thing which is very dear to your heart. And these 15-minute snippets are amazing to help you to think about things in life very significant. Enjoy, happy, powerful life. Stay safe, stay fit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll see you on Thursday. I'll see my followers on Thursday. Bye bye.